senior shooter, Callie Schwartzenbach over here, all things inside. Just like yesterday when I finished the press conference, I was so proud of the way we played in the second half and the way we battled. Third place games are kind of tricky where, you know, you're disappointed still from the day before, and if that's how you play, you're probably going to guarantee yourself fourth place, and we talked about that before. And the girls were in a great frame of mind for the game. They were loose, they were ready to play, they were confident. You know, Miller Career Academy, they're here for a reason too. They're a good basketball team. They weren't going to go away. So we pushed it up to 7. They cut to 5 right before half. And second half was just a grind. And we got down, but the thing about this team is it's been this way all year. When we're down, they seem to just find a way to win. And that's what winners do. And that's what I'll remember the most about this group, just how the way they compete. It's awesome.
And you did get down in the third quarter. It seemed like at that point, Miller, the number 2, was just driving and slashing the lane. There wasn't I would say a lot you could do about it. They got pretty successful at that point.
Yeah, and well, and also when you get your big in foul trouble, it kind of, you know, I'm yelling at her not to foul and to go straight up and all that, and she's saying, well, I was straight up, and I got 2 fouls called, I'll be going straight up. I said, we can't change that, but it just makes you real tentative, you know. And yeah, the goal is to not allow them to get to the paint, and I think that at times we let them get there too easy. For the most part, though, we rotated well. I mean, those shots they hit were tough, so credit to them.
Well, I got to ask you about Taylor. I mean, talk about atonement. You know, she's at the line, you know, the game on the line, 30 seconds up. This is both free throws.
Mm-hmm.
Look what she does in overtime.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you were worried about how she was going to handle the lane.
No. 0. She's Taylor's our best player. I say that all the time. Everybody does something great, but she's maybe the best girl basketball player I ever coached. She can do it all. And she missed free throws. I, for a minute, felt bad for her, but I just saw the look in her eye, and I knew, and these girls know too. They know. You saw it wasn't just me. I wasn't standing up yelling, telling them to get the ball to Taylor. She was shook. We were all shook. But you saw where they threw it every time. They know. We need a big 3. We got Abby. We got Grace. We need free throws. We need ice game. And I told them all year, if we ever come down to a situation, obviously we got a huge advantage here. I want to go inside to where we preach that. But if we ever get in a situation where the game is on the line, I've told them all point blank, I'm going to put the ball in Taylor's hands. It's just the way it goes. That's how she is.
Coach, I saw 2 team plays late in the game. One was on this free throw, and it was Grace's rebound that kept the ball in your hands. And the second was a foul call on us that could have gone either way, and it could have been against Callie with 4 already, and Caroline threw up her hand and took one for the team. Talk about those heart-stopping moments and where you thought the key points were.
I'll start with right here. Grace has done that so many times this year if you watched us. And I always say stuff that doesn't show up on a stat sheet. Well, rebounds, of course, show up on a stat sheet. But she is a freak athletically. She's an all-state, javelin thrower, but she used to high jump. The girl can flat out jump. And she's long. She's freakishly long. I mean, her arms. And Grace does that. She goes and it makes me keep the ball alive when it shouldn't be kept alive. Goes and gets a rebound. I mean, she's hit clutch 3s all year. But I'm glad you brought that up because that play is huge and it probably goes overlooked a lot. A rebound on a free throw like that.
And sandwiched 2 back-to-back 3s by a couch that got you guys back ahead.
Unbelievable, yeah. She was, honestly, with this team, when Grace, Abby, Taylor, and Caroline, when they let it go from 3-point land, I swear I think it's going in every time. And that's just, and they've made me that way. I'm not maybe an optimistic person by trade. I don't think I am. Am I? No, didn't think so. But that's how I feel when they shoot. And they have the green light to shoot. I was upset at the beginning of the game because we were shooting from too far out, that college line, and we told them, and they know it. But there's something about still just filling the line there. We were short on them in the beginning. Once they started towing our 3-point line, they started to fall. Now the second one Abby had, that thing was from men's NBA range.
That
But
would
when you're
count.
feeling it, let it go. So yeah, those shots were absolutely huge.
I don't know if it's a initial record or not, but there were 69 free throws attempted in the game. Talk about bringing Callie back at the start of the fourth quarter with 4 fouls. Was there any question about that at all?
No, not with me. I am the one that I am way more aggressive than most coaches I know in that regard. Most of them set with 2 in the first half. I did that today. That is out of character for me because we had a little lead. Quinn came in and gave us great minutes. 33 came in, hasn't played a lot of late since we've been on the playoff run. Gave us great minutes. Hit a couple free throws herself.
Yeah.
But it kept Callie out of the game. Sometimes Callie gets upset, and so when I can see her and try to read her getting upset, that's when I feel like the fouls are probably coming. And I've got pretty good radar when it comes to that. But to answer your question, not even for a second to start the fourth quarter. And she could have picked up her 5th right away. Okay, I believe too much. And the flip side of that to me, and this is where I haven't got burnt bad yet, okay, is if you sit a kid with 2 starting the second quarter and they miss the entire second quarter, you look up at the end of the game and the kid's sitting there with 2 fouls or 3 fouls, and you lose by 3. Well, what would have happened if you have 3 for your best players to get them on the floor? And I know you can get burned with that as well, not have them at the very end of the game. Well, the end of the game, yes, it matters, but I think the first, second, and third quarter matters. And I'm just, until I get burned time and time again, and I think doing it the way I do it, I believe that it will outweigh the times I do get burned by keeping them in the game and letting her play the entire fourth instead of maybe the lead getting to 7, 8 points and then not being able to come back over the top. So that's my coaching philosophy.
And girls, talk about seniors finishing with a win. Not many teams get to finish with a win, and so it's got to be a good feeling. So
Yeah, we're only one of 4 teams only 2 teams can win their last game, and it was really nice to have our game as a win with all our team players, because throughout the year we just have gotten closer and closer, so it means a lot more.
It was good. Really wanted first, but third will do.
Absolutely. You got to really passion. So we talked about this a lot in this game, but not the way it would end the season, but still you got to kind of end it on a very positive note.
Yeah, you get to come down here and play 2 games. Why not, make them both go to overtime, right? No, you're right. You do. You end the season with a win. You feel good about it. Miller career, they're upset. They're crying right now. Our players would be crying right now if we lost that game as well. But then you step away from this, you get on the bus ride home, and you feel good. You feel good again. You're top 4 in the state. That's a heck of an accomplishment. There's a lot of teams that want to trade places with you, but getting this win, and we talked about it before. It's not the game we want to play in, but if we're thinking about that still, then we're probably in trouble. And try telling them that a 3rd place trophy in the trophy case that'll be there forever, where they can take their kids and see what their mom was a part of someday, it looks a hell of a lot better than a 4th place trophy.
All right, I got one for the young ladies, and I probably asked the least glamorous questions of anyone on the planet, but that overtime. First, I got a 2-part question. The first one is when we had to go to overtime again, tied. Did you guys ever think, oh, here we go again? And secondly, talk about the defense you guys played in that extra period.
Well, every single game we've gone to overtime, we've won, so I was pretty confident that we would get our momentum back together and stay calm and finish the game. And I know my defense wasn't very well because I had to be careful with my 4 fouls, so I let them have some easy ones, but we pulled through.
Okay, the second part of the question, primarily for you because you did have to play cautious, but Grace, talk about your defensive mindset in there.
I was just basically thinking I can't let my girl get around me. I do that a lot, let my girl drive around me, so I was just focused on not letting him get past me and not get into the lane, so then Callie would be in trouble. So.
This is the last question I'm ever going to ask you guys for the year, because you promised you'd give me an answer. You said about a month ago, when the season's over, I'll tell you how I feel about these seniors. Tell me now.
Dang, Tom, come on.
I told you I'd get you.
Yeah, you did. No, when you're around them this much, I had these girls in 6th and 7th grade, okay? In PE class, and I'm fortunate enough to do that and get to know them there and build relationships and all that. And Callie, of course, is, 6'2" and awkward, but you just know that someday what she's gonna do, and Grace athletic and all of them, but you're around them and you appreciate them and you just like them. You can't help but not like them, And then once you get in the basketball setting and they're at the summer leagues, to the teen camp in Creighton. And once you're there, once you're around them that much, that relationship, the coach-player relationship, it continues to develop and evolve, and I love them. I mean, there's, like I said the other day, there's